It's not very often that I call a gardening product life-changing. Game-changing, maybe, but life-changing? Now that's something else. Hey folks, if we haven't met before, my name is Tara. I garden in the Bay Area, and that hose reel was my very first Vego product a little over a year ago, and I would have to say that my gardening life has completely changed after that product and many products later. So in today's video, I am going to be walking through many of my favorite Vego Garden products with you, and I've also got a giveaway announcement coming. The details will be at the end of this video. But first, let me show you some of my very favorite products. Let's first start with this retractable hose reel that really broke me into the Vego Garden game. And the retraction, that is the part that I absolutely love. You see, I live in a household with elderly people. My in-laws live with me. They are in their 80s. And with all the gardening that I've got to do, leaving hoses around in the garden is not an option because they could trip and fall. So yeah, it's been quite a job, especially in this Bay Area climate, where I sometimes have to water my fairly large garden even twice a day. Rolling that hose up twice a day is not fun and really took a lot of the pleasure out of gardening. So this retractable hose keeps things nice and organized, and I loved it so much that after Vego Garden gave me my free one to try out, I actually went and spent my own money and bought another one because I loved it so much. Now they come in two lengths. One is 130-foot length and the other is a little bit shorter. So maybe 2 or 3 lengths actually. And the shorter ones actually have the option of coming with a little bit of a wider width hose. And that actually works really well for me because I am on well water here and sometimes the pressure is not very strong. So having the wider hose gives a lot more force. But then in other parts of my garden where I do have water pressure, the 130-foot hose really goes a long way and covers a lot of my garden. So while we're in this part of the garden, this is another of my new loves. Now this frost-covered long bed actually has a little secret. Now, as I said earlier, Vego Garden is trying to make gardening accessible for everyone. And one of the things that they do have a lot of products around, which I will show you some more of, is taller raised beds and elevated planters. Now, this taller raised bed is really nice because I'm not getting any younger and my back could really use a break every once in a while. So this is great. There is one problem with it though. It takes a ton of soil, like literally. And because of that, I actually got a secret soil saver level that cuts the use of soil to less than half. So I'll put a link to the video where I describe it fully, but it's a really great invention. And that's what I mean when I say that Vego Garden makes very innovative products. Let me show you inside this frost cover what's happening. Yeah, I've got this frost cover on, not so much for the frost. We don't get that much frost here in the northern Bay Area, California, but I have squirrels, you guys. And because of that, I like to actually protect some of my plants. Now, these are mostly tropical plants. This is a 4 o'clock plant. I've got a curry leaf plant, coleus, some ferns, some turmeric that I just moved in here. And they are all going to stay nice and cozy as the weather is really getting much colder. And the darn squirrels are not going to be able to touch them. Now, the thing that I like most about this frost cover is that it's got this little adjustable tab that you can tighten and make it stay on really firm. Now, I've got other planters, not Vego Garden, where I've got frost covers for that have blown away or that critters have been able to climb through. Not this one. This has stayed perfect since I got it. And it's got a little vent over here so you can let some fresh air in. Yeah, this space is so much more of a pleasure to look at. You have to watch that video where I show you what the before looked like. It wasn't pretty at all. And those lights, those ripple lights, they look just absolutely phenomenal at night. Gardening should bring you joy. So here's another of those elevated planters that I wanted to show you. Now this one actually is off the ground, and so it's got plenty of planting space for us to plant things like tomatoes, peppers, really anything that you can. There is sufficient soil. But what I really love about this particular planter is I can move it so easily. Like there's a ton of soil in here as well, and it is so easy to move. It's actually sitting right next to my cedar craft planter that I got from Costco. I would not dare move that. The wheels are tiny and the planter itself is it's just not strong enough. This one, on the other hand, you can move it like a dream. In fact, I'm going to turn it around because I had turned it around once already to get some of the sunlight onto the plants that were in the back. Oops, gotta get my planter that I've got hanging over here and transfer it to the front. And I've got a couple of ripple lights that need to move as well. There we go. That was so easy. Now I've got to plant it up. It's not yet planted up for my winter or my spring garden, but I've been having a problem with my irrigation tubing that I was running on the top of it. Rats have been getting to it and they've been eating my parsley, my peas, etc. So I'm going to have to figure out a better irrigation for this, or I could consider self-watering. Now, this one is not a self-watering planter, but there are some beautiful self-watering planters that Vego Garden has that I think are best in class in the industry. Let me show you another one. This one is what's called an Easy Cube planter, and it's got the dark green portion of it. That is a water tank. And guess how many gallons of water is in that water tank? It can store up to 20 gallons, you guys. So when our hot summers hit and we've got sizzling temperatures and temperatures above 100 degrees for feels like weeks on end, I actually have to fill this up maybe twice a week or so. And like right now, I'm not filling it up at all because 20 gallons, that goes a long way. And of course, depending on your plants, some are thirstier than others. And this summer, I grew cantaloupes, I grew 2 tomato plants, I grew a large pepper plant, and that one actually is still in there. Let me actually show you. It's got some fun things on it. Okay, so this pepper plant is a Peruvian pepper plant. It was 6 inches tall literally when I planted it, and it is, I'm hoping, going to last more than one season. It's got tons of peppers on it. Wow, these are orange peppers and they're slightly hot but very delicious. Look at all that. But what I wanted to tell you guys about was this pepper plant grew from 6 inches to over 6 feet tall. Now, it may not seem like it is past my roof, but it really is, because this branch, I kind of let it fall over. You can see it's going about 3 feet down. String coming in my way. Yeah, so 3 feet over here, another 3 or 4 feet over here. This thing is over 6 feet tall. And the reason why I'm keeping it cozy and right here in the back is because, look at that, you guys. Do you know what that is? That is a praying mantis egg. And I can expect to get about 200 little baby praying mantises out of that. So I'm really excited at all these lovely creatures that are calling my garden home. And these marigolds, they're going to go when the first frost hits, but gosh, they're gorgeous. Yeah, so self-watering planters have been really, really amazing in my garden. I've got several actually. I'll show you a couple more, but I actually want to show you my tree planters. They are, yeah, they're something else. Okay, so speaking of tree planters, these are my 3 dragon fruit planters. Now, when I started off growing dragon fruit, I planted them in these 20-gallon tanks. And actually, let me show you a little bit closer so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, this monster is about 3 years old. And unfortunately, it's a self-sterile variety. It hasn't given me any fruit yet, and that's why I have planted 2 more dragon fruit plants. But oh my goodness, the flowers themselves have been worth it. I've been getting like up to 50 blossoms a season from this. But it is growing on a pole. Dragon fruits need something to climb on, and it's in this 20-gallon pot. And you see this? The roots are all starting to grow into this pole, and over the course of time, give it maybe maximum 5 years, that pole is going to disintegrate because it is sitting and touching soil continuously. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do with this dragon fruit plant fairly soon. And I'm not looking forward to it because you see this, you guys, dragon fruit plants, they're in the cactus family and they have very, very spiky thorns. So I'm going to have to get a Kevlar suit or something like that to move this. But let me show you the Vego Garden planter. Let me actually bring it a little bit closer because guess what? It's got wheels. You see how easily that moves, you guys? Oh my goodness. I don't have to worry about getting poked by the dragon fruit while I move it. And it has got a plastic solid stem that is not going to rot over the course of years. And it is wide enough that I can plant so much more than just the dragon fruit in it. And it's got a secret as well. Let me show you. Actually, I can't show it to you in the dragon fruit planter, but let me bring a similar one really close to you. I'm having way too much fun over here, you guys. Okay, so this one is exactly the same as the dragon fruit planter with one exception. Both planters are identical color. I am so boring. They have so many choices, but I chose this. I think it's called Pearl Oyster or something. Anyway, this one is my citrus fruit tree, a mandarin orange, and this is what I wanted to show you guys. Yep, this is also a self-watering planter. Now, why is this important for fruit trees, particularly in my hot Bay Area climate? This mandarin orange tree, you guys, the leaves were constantly curled. It's so much better now, looking so much more beautiful because you know how they say, oh, if it needs water, you just need to stick your finger in a couple of inches. If it's wet, then it doesn't need water. That doesn't work for this tree, you guys, because guess what? The bottom of it is dry. Our climates are so dry that these planters dry out completely, and just sticking your finger in the first couple of inches after you've watered it, especially, recently, it doesn't really tell you that there's water in the bottom. However, the self-watering feature makes sure that the roots can go in there and reach into water if they need to. And I'll tell you, this tree is really waking up after I transferred it from a little 20-gallon black plastic pot into this. And I think the shock of transplanting it caused all of the fruit to ripen. They're too small to eat. This is a very young plant, so I'm going to just let it be an ornamental because it is so pretty. And my dragon fruit is growing beautifully, you guys. It's growing really well with the access to the water. Dragon fruits are tropical plants, so they do like water, and this gives it just the right amount of water that it needs. It was leaking because I was pushing it around and the water at the bottom was jiggling. So while I'm on this side of the garden, I might as well also show you my modern planter from Vego Garden. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I highly encourage you to watch it because this planter is the replacement for a wooden planter that I had that completely fell apart. So your wooden planters probably have around maybe 4 years, 5 years life. And when I put that planter together, I figured I would have 5 years. That seemed like a long time. 5 years goes by really quickly, folks. And I was 5 years younger then. I'm 5 years older now. And I am just not in the mood of replacing my planters as they start falling apart. So no more. I'm going to be only getting galvanized planters going forward. And this one actually is one of those nice ones that has a soil saver level as well. But if you don't like that rippled effect, that's very common in a lot of galvanized planters, this is a really nice option. Now, Vego Garden products are nice and modular. Most of them can be extended to larger sizes, or you can add things onto them like trellises and things. Now, I used one of my own DIY trellises for this. Actually, it's a cheapo that I got on Amazon, but Vego Garden makes a really nice trellis for this as well. And then there's frost covers. There's all kinds of add-ons and modularity that is built into their products, which makes it all so flexible so you don't have to be stuck to a particular design, and your garden can change and evolve with you. So this particular look is what they call the modern series. And speaking of modern series, there's something else I wanted to show you that's also in this sort of look and feel. This is my composting section, you guys, and that over there is my latest composter. This I got for my yard waste primarily. You can see my oak leaves, and it's got these openings, these pipes in it that really help with the aeration, and you harvest the compost from the bottom. There's this door. Again, I've got a whole video on all my Vego Garden products, including this one, and I'm going to update you on how the compost does as well. I've got hardware cloth underneath, and the reason for that is critters, and that's one of the main reasons I wanted this compost bin, you guys. This smooth surface, the rats can't climb in. That's one of the main reasons I hate composting, especially yard waste and things, is because rats like to make their homes in them. But this one has been perfect so far, and the lid is great. There are little stoppers that prevent it from closing completely, just in case you want some airflow, but you can remove those bumpers if you like, and if you want to close it completely. But it looks so beautiful, doesn't it? So there's one more stop I want to go to before we talk about the giveaway. So carrying my camera stand there. This is a new thing that I've gotten introduced to with Vego Garden products that I think a lot of you are going to absolutely love. Going into my sunroom here. This is my latest acquisition, an indoor grow station. It's great. It's movable. You can put your little trays on it, and you can put lights. These grow lights are amazing. You can set them for any kind, seeds, leafy greens, whatever. And depending on what you set it for, it changes the intensity and the duration. No need to download any apps or Bluetooths or Wi-Fi's or any of that, creating accounts, none of that. It's all built in over here. All you need to do is plug it in, choose what you're growing, and you're good to go. Now, it's got these movable shelves as well, so you can take these out and lower them or raise them depending on what you're growing. So if you're growing tiny seedlings, like are growing in this microgreens tray, they need the light to be relatively close, and so you can move the tray further down, or you can push it up. Like, for example, I put the light too close to these basil leaves and they had started to burn. And so I moved it up, and now they should be good. But yeah, check out that video as well, you guys. I posted it not too long ago. And they've got so many indoor planters as well. This is another one. This is, I think, one of my absolute favorite indoor planters. It is also self-watering, and basil and lettuce and all kinds of things grow super well in it. In fact, this basil is on its way out. This grew on my kitchen windowsill, you guys. And I am replacing it with this because basil is an annual, the Genovese type, and I need fresh stock for my winter. Oh, and let me talk about seed starting trays. These are the latest seed starting trays, you guys. These are called Giga trays. Can you believe how big these are? Okay, number one, Vego Garden seed starting trays. I'm just going to go out and say it. I've tried many, many, many different types of seed starting tray products. They are the best in the market. They are the strongest. They are the most flexible as far as design. Like, there is no other company that I know of that are making these huge seed starting trays that you can plant your tomatoes in and they won't grow out of them, right? Comes with the dome. Actually comes with two sizes of domes if you want a larger dome. And then they've got several different sizes of seed starting trays. I've got several more in my greenhouse as well. Let me show you. So these are the tiny little ones. This is a pop-up tray is what they call it. And I'm growing creeping thyme in it. And then they've got a slightly larger size than this that I don't have. I've got the third largest size, which is this. This is where I start most of my tomatoes, etc. But I'm going to be uppotting them into the Gigas this year so I can have them indoors a little longer until the weather warms up. So all of these plastic cups, I don't need to use them anymore. I will use these until they fall apart. But these seed starting trays, you guys, they are not going to break. They are amazing quality, so solid. You're going to love these. I mean, you will have absolutely no regrets buying these. I highly, highly recommend them. This is the other part of that pop-up tray. So basically the way that it works is you put it on top of the tray. I can't do it now because I got all my baby thyme growing, but you can put this over this and you can use it to sow seeds accurately. And then when you want to, oh gosh, I dropped something. Anyway, so when you want to remove these and plant them in the garden, all you need to do is put this underneath this and it'll push up all the little plugs and you can take them easily out and plant them in the garden. Let's see what I dropped. Oh boy. Oh, it was some lantana that I was trying to propagate. Looks like they're okay. All right. Grow. I don't think that lantana is going to be too happy with me for yelling at it. You guys talk to your plants? I actually think they hear you and they do better when you talk to them nicely and kindly. I think it's more just the care that you take of your plants. That's what makes all the difference in the world. Anyway, let's talk about the giveaway. Okay, so before I talk about the giveaway, just one more plug for Vego Garden, you guys. I've been an affiliate with them for about a little over a year now. I'll put my affiliate link over here in case you want to buy any products. I sure would appreciate it. You can use the code GREENLOVE10 to get $10 off any purchase that you make. And very often they run specials. Like right now, there's the Black Friday special running, and you can get 5% off your entire order with a special code that I'll actually put in the description as well as in the pinned comments. And that code can usually get you even more than $10 off. And it's been a great company to work with, you guys. I'm not an affiliate with many companies, just one or two. Vego Garden's one of them, Greenstock's another. And these companies, they just have the very best relationship, I think, with their affiliates. I've got an amazing affiliate partner on the Vego Garden side, and she's just great. I've had her ever since I started being an affiliate, and she's so responsive, and they just want to do the right thing, right? So just really appreciate the company. Okay, so how do you enter the giveaway? First off, if you're watching this in the premiere, that automatically gives you one extra chance to get in the giveaway. But the usual stuff: subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Vego Garden, and you want to comment in this video and tell me what Vego Garden product you're most excited about and what you're going to use your giveaway gift card for, because 2 lucky winners are going to win each a $200 Vego Garden gift card. So tell me in the comments what you want, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and subscribe to Vego Garden, and you're in. So I will put more information and all the details in the description of this video, so check it out. And I will be announcing the winners on December 8th. So you have now until December 7th to enter into the giveaway. So I hope you win. Until next time, folks, live green and love your greens.